high in the shadow of the world's tallest mountains, where the air turns thin and the earth meets the sky, life should not exist. Temperatures plunge below -40 degrees Celsius, winds scream through the valleys, and snow covers the land for months that feel like forever. Yet, amid this deadly silence, something moves. Through a curtain of swirling snow, a shadow leaps between razor-sharp cliffs, weightless, fearless, and defiant. It's not a spirit, nor a ghost of the mountains. It's a Himalayan goat, a creature so resilient, it has conquered nature's most impossible challenge, survival, at the roof of the world. Each step it takes seems like a miracle. Its hooves grip rocks slick with ice, its fur armor bristles against the wind. Where humans would perish in minutes, the goat thrives. But how? What secrets do these majestic survivors hold that let them endure what even the fiercest predators and strongest species cannot? The Himalayas, vast, ancient, and unforgiving, stretch across 5 nations. In this world of glaciers and storms, only the toughest can exist. And yet, these goats not only survive, they dance across cliffs that seem built for death. Their story isn't just about endurance, it's about evolution, instinct, and an unbreakable bond with the mountains that made them. This is not a tale of luck. It's a chronicle of adaptation, struggle, and a silent war against extinction. Welcome to the frozen kingdom of the Himalayan goats, where survival itself is an art form carved in ice. In the Himalayas, life begins not with comfort, but with cold. When a Himalayan goat gives birth, the world around her is often buried beneath layers of snow, the wind slicing through the air like shards of glass. There is no warm shelter, no safe valley, only ice, rock, and an endless fight against time. A mother markhor, or Himalayan ibex, finds a ledge, narrow, hidden from predators, yet perilous enough that one wrong step could end everything. There, she brings new life into the freezing dawn. A tiny kid, trembling, takes its first breath as snowflakes settle on its still wet fur. In the first few minutes, the difference between life and death is balance, literally. Before it learns to walk, the baby must learn not to fall, and on cliffs so high that clouds swirl below, a single slip could mean the end. But somehow, it rises, its legs weak, its body shivering, yet its eyes burning with instinct. Nature does not give second chances here. Within minutes, the newborn must follow its mother, leaping across gaps, clinging to walls, climbing heights that would terrify even the bravest mountaineer. The Himalayas are no place for the fragile. Only the ones born with courage, carved into their bones, survive. Each kid that stands on that ledge carries the memory of 1,000 generations, those that adapted, evolved, and learned the secret of endurance. Their hooves are miracles of evolution, split and textured to grip the tiniest cracks in the rock. Their fur grows in 2 layers, one dense and woolly for insulation, another long and coarse to block the wind. But even with all this, survival is not guaranteed. For every life born on the cliff, another fades quietly into the snow. And that is how nature decides who deserves to live on the roof of the world. High in the frozen Himalayas, survival isn't just luck. It's engineering by nature. Every inch of the Himalayan goat's body is a masterpiece of adaptation, sculpted by centuries of brutal winters and deadly cliffs. Their hooves, for instance, are not ordinary. The outer edges are hard as rock, but the inner pads are soft and rubber-like, gripping onto vertical cliffs as if nature herself gave them climbing boots. When they leap from ledge to ledge, there's no hesitation, no misstep, only precision. Each jump is a calculation, each landing a quiet victory over gravity. Then comes their coat, a thick double layer built to defy the mountain's cruelty. The inner layer traps warmth, acting like natural insulation. The outer guard hairs repel snow and ice, keeping the goat dry even when storms rage for days. Under the sunlight, their fur almost glows, a reflection of resilience itself. Their lungs are oversized compared to lowland animals, allowing them to breathe thin mountain air that would suffocate most creatures. And their hearts? They beat faster and stronger, pumping oxygen through their bodies even when the temperature falls below -30 degrees Celsius. But there's more. These goats are masters of energy efficiency, eating small amounts, digesting slowly, and conserving warmth. They chew dried shrubs, moss, and even bark, food no other grazer can tolerate, turning scarcity into survival. And their eyes, Those rectangular pupils that once puzzled scientists now reveal a secret weapon. They allow the goat to see nearly 320 degrees around, scanning cliffs for predators and safe paths without turning their heads. Where humans see risk, goats see roots. Their vision bends to the mountain's angles. A built-in GPS for vertical worlds. Every adaptation tells the same story. These animals were never made for comfort. They were made for challenge, to stare at impossible landscapes and call them home. In the world of the Himalayas, peace is an illusion. From above, danger glides silently through the freezing air, the golden eagle. Its wingspan stretches wider than a human is tall, and its eyes can spot movement from miles away. A single dive, faster than 150 miles per hour, and it's over. Goat kids are often the targets, their small forms no match for the eagle's talons. Mothers scream and leap across impossible cliffs, trying to protect their young. Tafradoban. But nature rarely shows mercy. From below, a different predator lurks. The snow leopard, the ghost of the mountains. Silent, invisible, almost supernatural. Its fur blends perfectly with the icy rocks, and its paws leave barely a trace on the snow. When it moves, it's poetry in motion, graceful, patient, and deadly. It stalks the herd from the shadows, waiting for that one mistake, a misstep, a moment of exhaustion, a goat too far from the group. Then, with a burst of power, it leaps. A snow leopard can jump nearly 50 feet in a single bound, enough to snatch a goat right off a cliffside ledge, but the goats are not helpless. They have one advantage: the vertical world. They know every crack, every hidden path, every place where even a leopard's paws can't hold. They run, springing upward, defying gravity. The chase becomes a deadly ballet. The predator's roar echoing against the rocks, the prey vanishing into the clouds. For every goat that survives, there are scars. On their bodies, and in their bloodline. Each generation becomes smarter, faster, harder to catch. It's evolution in motion, a silent war fought across centuries. In this land, there are no true winners, only survivors. For thousands of years, the Himalayan goats ruled their icy kingdom, untouched, unchanged. But now, the mountains are whispering something new, something unnatural. The snow melts earlier each year. The once powdered peaks now reveal scars of bare rock. Streams that once sang beneath the glaciers have turned into torrents of muddy water. And for the goats, the guardians of the highlands, this is not just weather, it's war. The changing climate has begun rewriting the ancient code of survival. Where once they could rely on the snow to protect them from predators, now the land is exposed. With less snow, the snow leopards move higher. With warmer temperatures, plants dry up sooner. Food becomes scarce, and the goats must climb higher, into thinner air, steeper cliffs, and colder nights. Their migrations are shifting. Some herds now cross into unfamiliar valleys, where they face not just natural predators, but humans. Villagers, herders, and expanding roads cut across their ancient paths. In places where goats once roamed freely, metal fences and construction now stand. And with humans come new dangers: dogs that chase the herds for sport, poachers hunting for horns and fur, and changing habitats that offer no shelter. Even diseases, carried from livestock, spread among the wild goats, unseen, unstoppable. But nature, as always, fights back. The Himalayan goats have started adapting once again. Their coats are changing, becoming slightly thinner in some regions where winters have softened. They learn to forage different plants, climb new cliffs, cross frozen rivers earlier. They never stop moving. It's as if the spirit of the Himalayas flows through them, ancient, unbreakable, and wise. No matter how much the world changes, these goats continue to rise, higher, bolder, stronger. And maybe that's what the Himalayas teach us. Survival is not about resisting change. It's about becoming one with it, long before scientists studied their eyes, long before climbers tried to reach their heights. The people of the Himalayas already knew the goats were sacred. To the mountain tribes, these animals were more than survivors. They were symbols of endurance, spirit, and divinity. Every horn, every step, every echoing call through the cliffs carried a story passed down for centuries. In the valleys of northern Pakistan and Afghanistan, the markhor, the national animal of Pakistan, is said to have been born from the breath of a mountain spirit. Its spiral horns, villagers say, were shaped by the winds of the gods. When the markhor climbs, they believe it's not just searching for food, it's communing with the heavens. In some Balti and Hunza folktales, A markhor's horn was used by ancient shamans to drive away evil spirits. They said when a marker stamps its hooves, demons flee and storms calm. Even today, in hidden valleys, herders whisper a short prayer when they see one. A prayer for strength, for endurance, for safe passage. Further east, among the Tibetan plateau, the ibex holds another legend. They say that before humans could climb the Himalayas, the ibex taught them how to walk on cliffs. Its shadow, they believed, guided lost travelers through snowstorms, appearing as a flicker of hope when all seemed lost. And then there are tales of the ghost goat, a spirit said to appear only during blizzards. White as the snow, it moves silently through the storm, watching, testing, protecting those who respect the mountains, and punishing those who don't. Some mountaineers still claim to have seen glowing eyes in the storm, eyes that vanish the moment they blink. These stories are more than superstition. They are humanity's way of honoring what science later proved. That these goats are miracles of adaptation, a link between the earthly and the divine. To the people who share their land, the Himalayan goats are not just animals. They are guardians of balance, reminding everyone that the mountain gives life only to those who respect it. Every year when the last snow of winter begins to melt, a silent signal passes through the herds. It's not spoken, not seen, but felt. Something ancient stirs within the Himalayan goats. It's time to move. From the frozen cliffs high above the clouds, they begin their descent, hundreds of them, threading across narrow ledges and rocky ridges. Their journey will take weeks. Down toward the lower valleys, where the air is thicker, the grass greener, and new life begins to bloom. This is the Great Migration, the rhythm of survival that has guided their kind for millennia. The youngest goats walk at the center of the herd, protected from predators and strong winds. Mothers lead from the front, while older males trail behind, guarding the rear. Every few hours they pause, sniffing the air, scanning the cliffs for movement. A single misstep could cost a life, but hesitation could mean starvation. They climb through paths that even eagles avoid, balancing on edges barely wide enough for a hoof. Their shadows stretch across the valleys, blending with clouds as they move like living rivers of fur and motion. But the migration is not a peaceful journey. Avalanches roar without warning. Snow leopards wait among the rocks, blending perfectly with the gray slopes. Even the weather itself turns against them. Sun, wind, and blizzard, all in a single day. Still, they march, because in these mountains, movement is life. As they reach the lower ranges, green shoots burst through the thawing soil. For the first time in months, the goats feed freely, grass, herbs, and wildflowers filling their bellies. The herds scatter across the valleys, mothers nursing newborns, males locking horns in dominance displays that echo like thunder. And then, as autumn returns, they climb again, back into the heights, following the cold, chasing the snow, drawn by something deeper than instinct. This cycle never ends. Generation after generation, they follow the same invisible path, carved by time itself. It's not just migration, it's a pilgrimage, a journey of survival, memory, and belonging. In the heart of the Himalayas, life doesn't stand still, it climbs. When most people see a goat, they see a simple creature, grazing, climbing, chewing endlessly. But beneath those calm eyes lies something far deeper, a mind built for survival, and a heart capable of connection. For years, scientists underestimated goats. They were seen as stubborn, even foolish. But modern research has revealed something extraordinary. Goats possess an intelligence that rivals dogs in problem-solving, and a social awareness that mirrors that of primates. In the Himalayas, this intelligence isn't just cleverness. It's life or death. A single misjudged step can end a life. So, goats learn. They remember which paths crumble underfoot, which ridges catch the morning sun, and which routes predators frequent. A mother goat will teach her young the same trails she learned as a kid, and passing down generations of mountain wisdom like a living map written in their instincts. But intelligence isn't their only gift. They feel. When one goat is lost to a fall or a predator, others pause. They stand silently for a few moments, staring at the spot where it vanished. Some bleat softly, not a call, but something closer to mourning. Researchers who have studied wild goats say this behavior is consistent, evidence that empathy, in some form, exists even here among the cliffs. They recognize faces, not just of their herd, but of humans who have treated them kindly. In remote Himalayan villages, Herders tell stories of goats returning to the same huts each year, finding the same shepherds, and standing quietly by their side, as if greeting an old friend. And within the herds, emotions shape every interaction. Dominance, affection, rivalry, and even play, all exist in complex balance. Young goats chase each other through the snow just for joy, leaping over rocks in playful defiance of gravity. Older ones watch, occasionally joining in, their curved horns glinting under the fading sun. These are not just creatures of instinct, they are thinkers, learners, dreamers, animals that plan, remember, and feel the world around them deeply. The mountain may be silent, but within every herd there is a quiet hum of emotion, a reminder that even in the harshest corners of the earth, life still has a heart.